It is Wednesday. I've kind of lost track of what day of the week it is since it was Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend, but I think it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Today I want to show you this game that I played on the weekend called Wonderwoods, and this game is by Blue Orange Games. It is 2 to 5 players, and it's for people of 8 years and up, and I would consider this to be more of like a children's family style game where you can learn a bit about how to deduce numbers. So but it's super cute and it was super fun. It's very quick to learn, so I just wanted to show it to you all. Something that you might not know about me actually is that I have been foraging for mushrooms since I was a little girl. I actually grew up in the forest, and my family still has the family home, so I still have access to said forest, and so I've been foraging most of my life for mushrooms. So when I read the rules to this game, I was actually really excited because I thought it was really cute when they were talking about mushroom hunting, because it's just something I've done and didn't used to be as popular, so I find it really exciting. I don't know who's here with me right now, but I just want to say hello to whoever you are. Feel free to leave comments in the chat or questions or just anything you feel like saying within reason. And here we go. I'm going to open it up and show it to you. So here we go. First we have a rule book. The rules are in both French and English, so that's kind of fun. You don't always see that, so that's pretty exciting. And the whole rule book in one language is just these 4 pages. It's pretty simple, pretty quick. And then my favorite part, or one of my favorite parts about this game, the components all came in this paper bag, and there's a little deck of cards that came with like a paper wrap around it, so it really has it like earthy feel, and mushrooms in general are like really earthy, so that was really cool that there wasn't really any plastic in the box. Really enjoyed that. So these are really beautiful. Like, I thought for a game that's like not super expensive and is like a family game, I thought the components were really cool, so I'm going to show them to you. I'm going to get a big handful in there. Oh, that's not even, so I'll just show you what I pulled out there, but that's not even the majority of what's in here. So I'm going to just dump these and show you. There's 4 different types of mushrooms, because these are the 4 different types of mushrooms that you're trying to collect. So you have these ones. Why won't you show? This was working earlier. But this is a chanterelle, so they're like little yellow mushrooms. There we go. Little yellow mushrooms, which I think are so cute. These ones I'm not as familiar with, but they said them in the rules. They're called parasol mushrooms, so I think those are super cute. I don't know why it's not showing. Usually if I block my face, it will know that my face is not important and it needs to show you the components. Look at it! So that's a parasol mushroom. And then you have these ones here. Hi, whoever just joined. This mushroom here, these are boletes. Maybe you're familiar with these. They're the same ones on the cover, which I think they are supposed to be the king bolete, which is also known as the porcini mushroom or the Steinpilz in German. So these are super, super cute and make me so happy because like it's like the treasure when you go mushroom hunting. If you find one of these, it's just like, oh yes, I found one. So I always thought that was super cute that they're in the game. And the last one here are these morels, which are also super cute. These grow on my front lawn back home. Maybe not these exact ones, but something similar. So super, super, super cute. And then there's these different color baskets for each player. I think there's 5 different colors, which are also super cute and colorful. And they're just like little baskets. I think they're super adorable. So those are the components, so definitely fun just based on that. But I am going to explain to you a little bit how the game is played. I didn't put a table down or anything, but it's pretty straightforward. So you have these 4 different little boards to symbolize each mushroom, and you kind of put them down. I'll show you each one. So that was the king bolete, and then we have the chanterelle board, and the parasol mushroom board, and the morel board. So you put those down on the table like in a square, like kind of like this. And then there's also these 4 decks of cards that represent each type of mushroom. So I'll just show you, even the cards are quite pretty. They're all messed up here. But let me just show you. The backs are all the same. They're these cute foresty backs. And then this is a morel, for example, 7. So there's 4 of each card. There's 1, 3, 5, and 7. And you split the cards into their mushroom type, and you shuffle them, and you randomly put 1 card matching the type of mushroom underneath. So either the 1, 3, 5, or 7 of the boletes will end up under the boletes. Nobody knows what it is, and it's underneath until the end of the game. The rest of the cards get distributed to all the players playing. So that would be an equal amount. They have it written out how it works if there's an odd number, what you do with the cards remaining. And basically those cards are kind of your intel to try and determine what is under the board. Because what the number under the board that you're going to reveal at the end of the game represents is the market value of that type of mushroom. So the higher being the higher score that you get per mushroom that you have. So then on your turn, and it just goes around, there's two phases. It's the placing baskets, and then there's the revealing phase. I don't know what they're actually called, but that's just kind of how it is. So on your turn, on any one of the boards, you can buy, starting from, it's the leftmost, I think it's reversed on the camera here, but the leftmost side, you can buy that type of mushroom. So if you're first player, you'll put down one basket to buy one type of mushroom that you want. So in this case, if I put one basket here, I would get one bolete mushroom. So then on the second player's turn, they can either pay 2 baskets to get also a bolete, or they can pay 1 basket on one of the other boards that hasn't been used this round, and it kind of just keeps going like that until everyone runs out of baskets, and you see they get more expensive. So each turn, when you fill out a row, you get 1 mushroom. At the end, when everyone has spent all their baskets, whoever has the most baskets per, so for this one, for example, if I had the 1 and the 3 covered with my baskets, I would have 4, so I would have the most baskets on this one. I would score an extra one of those mushrooms this round. So I don't know if this will work, but just a little cute visual for you all. You could have something like this. Oh, I don't know if this is working. You know, and then maybe purple one again, like this. I don't remember what happens if there's a tie, but I am going to make it a tie scenario just because this is cute and I'm enjoying it. So I am going to keep placing baskets on here for funsies. And you start with, I think it's 4 baskets, if I'm not mistaken. So you could have something like this. I'm afraid of slanting it, they might all fall. Could have something like this, and then purple and green would be tied for the most amount of baskets. So the end of the game is triggered when 2 mushroom types are completely gone from underneath their board, because you put them here so people can take them as they're gathering them. And in the second phase of each round, you can try, so each person has 2 baskets in the middle of the board that they cannot use, but they can get 1 at the end of each round to a maximum of 2 extra by revealing to everyone one of the cards in their hand. So by doing that, you give everyone a bit more intelligence about what the worth of the other mushrooms are. So for example, we played a 3-player game. I think we each had 4 cards in our hand, because 4 were underneath. Yes, that makes sense. So by the end of it, you know, if you reveal 2, there's 6 cards showing, and then everyone has the 2 in their hand. So I was actually very fortunate. I knew one of the mushrooms was worth 7, and I knew that one of them had to be between, had to be the 3 or the 5. So those are kind of where I was putting a lot of my baskets to try and score them. And that's basically how it's played. So you have to deduce based on what you're seeing and what's in your hand, what is the best kind of mushroom to try and buy. And it's super quick, super easy. The first player changes each round, so there's also a little first player token, which is like the back of the cards, very cute. And that is exactly how the game is played. So while it's pretty simple, I think it'd be a great family game because the pieces are super fun to touch, and also, like I said, that kind of deductive. Oh, hi! I forgot to read your comments, but thank you for commenting. I was really into my explanation there. Hi, Alex. How are you doing? And Ian, it's so nice to see you. Aren't they super cute, the morels? They're so cute. Are you a fan of mushrooms? Do you eat mushrooms? Do you forage for mushrooms? Definitely let me know if there's something that you're familiar with. It's everyone who knows that much. I think you might have told me, was it you this morning who said that you would never forage for mushrooms because you'd be afraid of eating the wrong one? Deductive reasoning for a younger kids game. Yeah, so I think it's, yeah, a really great way to teach them, you know, like, why would this be this way, and they have to stop and like think about it. I don't have kids, so it's hard for me necessarily to say how that process goes, but I do have nephews and I try to play with them when I see them, but it's just not that often. But definitely think it's a great one for younger kids. That's all that I have about this game. I really, really loved the pieces. Ian says, yeah, that was me. I'd pick a fly out Garrick or something. Haha, yes. Um, that's really funny that you say that. I don't even know if that's real or if that's just from Divinity and other games of that nature. I always, there's one, I think it's called is it the something of death? It's the Amanita. That one's terrifying. So definitely. And I'm going to go on a little rant here because I've meant to go on this little rant for a little while, but foraging is becoming really popular and people are looking to the internet to look for what mushrooms are edible. And the one thing that I would say that is really important is not just to like check if something is edible, but to check if there's something that isn't edible that looks like it, because it's a very popular thing in biology that animals, plants, etc. will mimic poisonous things so that they have a higher chance of survival, and mushrooms do the same. So just because you've looked that something is edible, you have to make sure that there's nothing that looks similar that could be dangerous. And that's something I think a lot of people overlook if they look just up something very specific on the internet without like looking for that extra bit of information. So, so that is definitely what I would say if ever you do go out foraging or have someone check them out. I don't know, go with someone experienced the first time. I've been doing it since I was young, so for me there's certain mushrooms, there's just no, I don't want to say no way, I don't want to jinx myself, but like very clear indicators of how to tell if they're okay, and if there's anything that looks like it in general, I just don't eat those ones ever. I don't pick them. I'm just like, I don't want to take a risk, it's not worth it. Anyway, so I digress, but that is what this game is all about, and I really appreciate you hopping on to hang out this evening. I'm hoping to go live more often to show you games, and also I want to get back to doing my Sunday mornings, so let me know. You can send me a message on Instagram or here in the comments what time and days you like lives so that you can be present for them. Alright, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.